Hello everyone, this is Clarix, and today we are working with extracting scientific notations that contains negative exponents. So in this case, since these exponents are very small, right? These exponents are very small and they require for us to include a lot of zeros into the coefficient. We're not going to use the exponent decimal placement. No, we're not going to use that method. We're going to use the number line method. So the number line method is thinking about analyzing first of all which value is closest to negative 40, negative 17. So when you think about 14, you can think about negative 14 to the left side, and you need to understand that the more you move to the left, the bigger the numbers get, right? In a sense, they are more negative, they're smaller, but the number, the digits itself becomes bigger. So therefore, let's say for instance, we move to the left and we say negative 15, negative 16, negative 17. So negative 17 is going to be around here. And we know that we move negative 1 time, negative 2 times, negative 3 times. We move negative 3 times in order to get to negative 17. So we know for sure that negative 17 is a smaller in value than negative 14, because negative 14 is closer to the positive values and is closest to 0. Okay, now what's going on is that in order to make this a negative 14 and make it equal to this exponent, we need to move this negative 3 times to the left because of this movement, this movement that we just um, completed, right? So let's say 7.7, we're going to move it 3 times to the left. 1, 2, 3. Now a new placement is a decimal, okay? So that's a period, by the way. It's a decimal, and now this becomes times 10 to the negative 14, okay? Now we subtract, because we are subtracting here, 8.9 times 10 to the negative 14. Now that we have the same exponential values, right? We can combine everything. But what do I mean by that? So we're gonna combine the coefficients, okay? And we are just gonna place this as one component because it's the same. We don't need to make any changes whatsoever. So what happened to addition and subtraction is that once the exponents are the same, we just have one, they just combine without any changes whatsoever. Okay, now that we have that, we can subtract 8.9 minus 0.0077, and we're going to have a final answer of 8.8923 times 10 to the negative 14. If your professor prefers for you to round your values, okay, to the nearest 10, you can understand that once the value is 5 or above, this number increases by 1 point. So the rounded value is going to be 8.9 times 10 to the negative 14. And what happens here is that if the professor asks you, you have to read the word. If it's a word statement, read the direction. If he says, give me the exact value, then you need to provide this answer. But if it's not asking you for the exact value, you can just provide the rounded value. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you for watching.